All right, folks, how you doing? RussellTrueResults303.com. Check out the website. Link in the description box. Social media as well. Subscribe to the channel. Share and like the videos. Coming at you today with a little bit of motivation, maybe something to think about. I've discussed a little bit with my relationship with my friends and things like that. So this one's going to be another one of those motivational videos. Trying to do the Motivation Monday thing. I slacked this past weekend. It was a difficult time for me at the end of the week, Thursday, Friday. That's why I decided to do what I did, and it was more of a men's group meeting with me and my friends. Friendship meeting, whatever you want. You know, they always say you're only as strong as your weakest link. Or I know, there's that inspirational quote saying, you can only change the world, be the change that you want to see in the world. And that's great. I made this YouTube channel and things like that to motivate other people. And the unfortunate thing is, I forgot about my friends, those closest to me, my friends, my family, things like that, trying to push them, motivate them, and drive them. Because I hate to say it, even during the meeting, I was telling them to, well, I made a video on this. I'm sure none of y'all watched it. And then they're all laughing because none of them do, but everyone has their own journey in life. They're not real big on health and nutrition and things like that, or Christianity and Catholicism. So, I've decided I was going to start a Saturday men's group with us. It was all right at the beginning. So this is just kind of a recap. Men, women, whoever are watching this, I suggest you do the same. Right? Because my friends and I take pride in saying that we've been friends for 15 years, but we have probably more than 15 years, coming up on probably 16, 17 years, but we've never actually sat down and did what we did this Saturday, had that meeting. We've never done that, unless it was around beers and getting drunk and stupid. We've never done that. So, as I said, for me, I just went out, I went shopping. This is a breakdown of what I did and what we talked about. So like I said, I went out and I got a bunch of these books. I think there was 6 or 7 of us, just in case any thoughts ever come up, right? If any thoughts ever come up, I told them, write it down in here. And then a lot of my friends and myself, when I was younger, gangster rap, whatever, hip hop, whatever you want to call it. I know they get offended when you say gangster rap. So for me now, I'm more of a conscious rap guy, Christian rap guy. A lot of my friends aren't, they don't believe in God and things like that. So I tried to pick one of the rappers that I listen to that, yes, he speaks on God, but not too much. So I burned a CD for everybody. Pop it in once or twice a week. Try and get a little bit more positiveness in your life. I know my one buddy is a big fan of that documentary, The Secret. So he is big on that positive mindset. So hopefully this will, he'll be open to that. And then just so I knew what I wanted to talk about, I typed up this 3-page, 2 and a little bit, outline of notes that I needed, and I handed all this to him. It was like, that was it. Boom. And pens. Don't forget pens. My buddies never have pens, so I had to buy pens as well. So like I said, that was it. Boom. I went around the room, handed it out. And like I said, my cousin was with us, so 4 of them, believe in God, believe in Jesus, things like that. The other 2, not so much. So I do have a video called Which Books of the Bible Should Everybody Read? I'll try to put it in the description box. Check that out for yourself. That's where I pretty much pulled all my quotes from. Like I said, for me, spirituality, Catholicism, Christianity is a big part of my life. So I pulled from the Bible, of course. That's where I'm going to pull my quotes from. And these are they're non-confrontational ones. So for me, I just use Proverbs 15:22. Without consolation, plans are frustrated, but with many counselors, they succeed. And I'm not going to go into depth on what we talked about during it. I think our talk actually was about an hour and 15. So these are just some, an outline of the things that you can use. Then I did Proverbs 13:20. He who walks with wise men will be wise, but a company of fools will suffer harm. Then I just kind of discussed it. Everyone else discussed it. Some didn't say anything, I'm glad it at least lasted an hour. I was planning on taking my cousin to church because he doesn't go to church much. So I was actually thinking, we're going to go to church after this. There's one down the street. I've never been to it. blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, the people that were talking for a long time. So we didn't make the church, but, we got a lot off our chest. So, like I said, this one was based just on friendship, how we treat each other, how we interact with each other. I did Proverbs 27:17. Iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. Once again, then we discussed. It all started with me. I don't consider myself a big communicator, but I was the one who called the meeting, so I had to step up and I had to come into play. My buddy Brad, he was the other one who was real verbal during this discussion, so I thank him for that. Next, I went Proverbs 18:24. A man of too many friends comes to ruins, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. And like I said, for us, we take pride in knowing that we've known each other for 15 years, 16 years, 17 years, but we're not using this relationship to the fullest and taking full advantage of it. So that was another one. Like I said, then I had some bullet points, discussed what I needed to discuss. And those ones, okay, we got Proverbs again. Do not make friends with a hot-tempered man. Do not associate with one easy to anger, or you may learn his way and get yourself ensnared. Discussed about it. We did Ecclesiastes 4:9 and 10. Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labors. For if either one of them falls, the one will lift his companion. But woe to the one who falls when there is not another to lift him up. And then, like I said, we discussed. Sometimes some of these weren't even discussed. I had my bullet points. That's why if you're going to be, organizing this thing, you have to have your own bullet points so you can go off of it and have something to spark that conversation with. So, I just wanted to make sure that I was definitely getting bullet points in, because if not, this probably would have only been a 5-minute meeting, because nobody would have wanted to say anything. And then I went 1 Peter 4:8. Above all, keep fervent in your love for one another, because love covers a multitude of sin. And then I ended with just the parable of the sower, Mark 4:3-8. Listen, the sower went out to sow, and as he sowed, some seed fell on the path, and the birds came up and ate it. Other seeds fell on rocky ground where it did not have much soil, and it sprung up quickly, since it had no depth of soil. And when the sun rose, it was scorched, and since it had no root, it withered away. Other seed fell among thorns, and the thorns grew up and choked it, and yielded no grain. Other seeds fell into good soil and brought forth grain, growing up and increasing and yielding 30, 60, 100-fold. And then, of course, I went into just Jesus explaining the parable to the disciples when they were alone. Mark 4:14-20. The sower sows the word. These are the ones on the path where the word is sown. When they hear, Satan immediately comes and takes away the word that is sown in them. And these are the ones sown on rocky ground. When they hear the word, they immediately receive it with joy, but they have no root and endure only for a while. Then, when trouble or persecution arises on account of the world, immediately they fall away. And others are sown among the thorns. These are the ones who hear the word, but the desires of other things come in and choke the word, and it yields nothing. And these are the ones sown on good soil. They hear the word and accept it and bear fruit 30, 60, 100-fold. And then, of course, I related it to our relationship as men, our relationship as friends, our relationship to one another. Then I just had final thoughts. This is where I brought everyone in. What do you want to discuss next week? Are there things that we didn't talk about that still needed to be out and, needed to be aired out, that dirty laundry? And we might offend some people, my friends kind of, there were some, my friends are pretty, laid back, so it doesn't really matter. But there were some things, where we were kind of attacking one another for a little bit, but nobody got upset. This is how we know that we're growing and good things are being discussed when we are saying something that kind of, touches the heart, makes you realize things. Okay, and then for homework, I just told everybody I wanted to listen to the CD, pick a song or two that you liked, something that you enjoyed or you connected with, and then we could listen to it the following week. Everybody talk about it, see what they felt was good for it. What was a good lesson they learned from that song or something like that. Then just what I like to, what everyone to do, I don't know if anyone will, was, write a small paragraph about things we need to talk about, yourself, whatever. And then just go over the packet a few times as well. Keep going over the packet, kind of reading it, coming up with your own thoughts so we can discuss it the upcoming week. And now, after I post this video for all of you to, to watch, and hopefully it helps you. And like I said, you need to push your friends as well. We can't tackle the world first, like they say, until we change ourselves. But we got to be able to change those around us, those closest to us, because that's going to build that strong bond and connection and only make you better. Those people you interact with every day. A lot of people aren't subscribing to this channel, or they're watching it but they're not commenting. So I'm still trying to build my community, of followers out there that hopefully I can help. And I need communication between us as well, me and whoever's watching this video right now. Communicate with me. Let me know how you feel, so hopefully I can help you. Everybody needs help on this journey of life. So next week is going to be on relationships. I'm going to start doing my research. Of course, it's going to be biblical quotes and everything like that. But I know a lot of my buddies are hurting in that sense, myself as well. So once again, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Share these videos, like these videos. Let people know that this channel is out there and that it's helping you. Hopefully it can help them.